5 minutes. I'll give the members a bell at 4 minutes. I call the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I want to say that if national standards is a plan, as measuring is a plan, then it's pretty sad. I think there are some classic lines in that speech which we'll share at some stage. But I do want to, unlike the member, focus on the bill that is before the House. It's a member's bill, the Education Board of Trustee Freedom Amendment Bill. And the first question I want to ask is what happened to the leading education expert on the far side of the House, Alan Peachey? I've been sitting here waiting, listening for Alan Peachey's speech. Alan Peachey, I think it's fair to say, is a person of incredible integrity, wonderful understanding of how bulk funding works, probably the person who rorted it more than anyone else in the country because he got the biggest amount of bulk funding because he was the principal of the biggest school in the country, made enough on it to purchase a corporate box at the North Harbour Stadium for his school, but is someone who knows how it works. And instead we have someone who gave a speech, at least 80% of her speech was about standards, not part of this bill at all. It is about bulk funding, something which the National Party believes in. It's about competition between schools, something the National Party say they believe in. It's about performance pay, something that we know all of the National Party agrees with as far as teachers are concerned. It's about giving power to the boards of trustees that they don't currently have to negotiate salaries, something the National Party believes in. Mr Speaker, with all these things that are part of the core raison d'etre of the National Party, part of their core beliefs, why is it that not one of them is prepared to stand up for their principles? Why is it that not one National Party member is prepared to stand up and support it? I am going to be interested in the speech from the leader of the Maori Party, the co-leader of the Maori Party, because actually this bill fits very nicely with a number of things I have heard her say in the past. It fits well with Whanaora, for example. It would allow the money to follow the students in a way that she prefers and has supported for quite a long period of time. So I will be interested in her point of view and the direction that she is taking on this. In fact, I think I'm just about prepared to suspend my judgment and our vote on this legislation until we've heard from the Maori Party. And I just ask my colleagues not to be too firm as to the way that we're voting, because it may be that there can be even more embarrassment for the National Party being the only people to vote against this legislation. Maybe, and we could get it to a select committee, and we could have discussions about National Party principles for months and months and months, and National Party plans for months and months and months on the basis of this bill. We could have submissions all around the country. We'd have Mr Peachey chairing the select committee on bulk funding. And then we'll have the view of the National Party. So I think it's fair to say that it could well depend on the Maori Party, and we're looking to see if Ms Turia's views actually follow, whether her vote is going to follow her views as they have been expressed a period in school. Of course, the Labour Party doesn't think this is a fair approach. We don't think it's a good approach, but I don't want to totally yet rule out. I don't want to totally rule out the possibility yet of letting the debate, the community to have this discussion. It could be a good discussion for the community to have, to go over the issues around bulk funding, to look at some of the longer-term plans, of the National Party. And, you know, the Select Committee, we've got a couple of bits of legislation in front of us now, but I think this would be a good debate to have, so that we could get the community views clear and we could get the understanding around New Zealand about the issues of performance pay and bulk funding and the role of boards of trustees, and have that debate, as I say, very well led by Alan Peachey.
Member that his time has expired.